Deb Haaland has been the first Native American to be elected to many different positions in U.S. office. From military brat to single mom with a small business to U.S. Secretary of the Interior, Deb Haaland has accomplished a lot in her life. She was one of the first Native Americans to run a state's party, the first Native American woman to be elected to U.S. Congress, and the first Native American woman to be Secretary of the Interior. Deb Haaland was born in 1960 in Winslow, Arizona. She is a 35th generation New Mexican and a member of the Laguna Pueblo people. Her father, John David Haaland, was a Norwegian Minnesotan and a decorated Marine who served 30 years and won 2 Purple Hearts as well as a Silver Star. Her mother, Mary Toya, was a Laguna Pueblo native and served in the United States Navy as well as worked in the Bureau of Indian Affairs for 25 years. Being from a military family, Haaland and her family moved around a lot during her childhood, until they settled in Albuquerque, Arizona, where she eventually graduated high school. After high school, Haaland struggled with addiction before she became a mother. As a single mother, she put herself through college and got a bachelor's degree in English from the University of New Mexico in 1994. After this, she started a small business that sold Pueblo salsa, then began a degree in Indian Studies at the University of California, Los Angeles. Before finishing the degree, she dropped out to return home to care for her sick mother. She later returned to the University of New Mexico to receive her Juris Doctor. While in law school, Haaland became very active in Democratic politics, volunteering in both John Kerry's 2004 campaign and Barack Obama's 2008 campaign. She also served as Native American vote director for Obama's 2012 re-election campaign. In 2014, she unsuccessfully ran for New Mexico's lieutenant governor, but the next year was elected chair of New Mexico's Democratic Party, where she became the first Native American woman to run a state party. Haaland was elected to represent New Mexico's 1st congressional district in 2018, and in 2019 she was sworn into the U.S. House of Representatives, making her one of the first Native American congresswomen, along with Sheriff Davids of Kansas, who was elected that same year. While in Congress, Haaland focused on issues like missing and murdered Indigenous women and environmental protection and conservation. Although Haaland was re-elected as a Congress member in 2020, she was named the new President Joe Biden's pick for Secretary of Interior. Her confirmation hearings happened in 2021 and were filled with controversy. This was because the Secretary of Interior manages the Bureau of Land Management, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the National Park Services, and the Bureau of Indian Affairs. Republicans were worried that due to Haaland's stances on environmental protection and conservation, she was not suitable to hold a position that oversees energy leases for gas and oil drilling on public lands. She was ultimately sworn in with a vote of 51 to 40 in 2021. Within this position, Deb Haaland continues to fight for her Native siblings and their rights and tries to include them in decision-making that might affect them and their communities. She also fights for environmental protection while still allowing the U.S. to profit off of its domestic oil. She continues to lead the way and inspire others around her. She speaks about and brings attention to tragedies of the past and present, like Indigenous residential schools and missing and murdered Indigenous women. She also fights for the reconciliation of the U.S. government and Native American relations.